Water is life. There is no doubt about that. Have you ever gone for a day or two without having access to flowing water? The agony, the restlessness, the feeling of being so powerless. Actually, nothing much goes on. Well, now imagine living your whole life like this, with neither flowing water nor a nearby supply. Each morning you have to wake up, dress and walk uphill for over 2 kilometers just to fetch a single jerrycan of water. A single jerrycan. This has been the situation for a long time for most women in a Bosi location in Bomet County.
Mama yangu na papa yangu ilikuwa na kunywa hii maji. Siku hiyo ilikuwa inachotwa huko maji, ilikuwa inatekwa kwa huko juu.
Tulikuwa tunachota kwa huko chini na tukaleta na nini na mkongo. Hakuna kitu kama punda nini. Tulikuwa tunachoka.
Shida yenyewe ilikuwa kama ikizidi. Tulikuwa na shida, tunapeleka ng'ombe kutafuta maji kwa mbali sana.
You know the simple pleasures of life, like the comfort of clean clothes and the satisfaction of a long clean bath, were a dream to these residents. However, the situation has now changed. Sitting atop a cliff in Korkor, a village in this location with a majestic view of the lowlands, is a 100 cubic meter tank, a beautifully constructed water reservoir. Water is harnessed from a natural spring, stored in the tank and distributed via pipelines 2 kilometers long to supply 5 water points in the community downhill and numerous water troughs for animals. It is a life changer.
Saa hii imebadilika kubwa sana kwa sababu tumepata hii maji. Ameenda nyumba ya mtu yenye anatengeneza hata mboga, ana ng'ombe anakunywa, inakuwa tofauti kubwa sana.
Kila siku ninaoga, ninafua nguo, hata ninaosha vyombo, ninaweza tumia kuosha nyumba, hata kupea ng'ombe, kila kitu kwa nyumbani. Tunaweka hata kwa mboga kwa shambani, hata watoto wa shule wanaweza tumia. Hakuna mtu mwenye hawezi kupata maji.
But how did this happen?
Sasa tukaomba, tukapata K-SAP, ikakuja, tukafanikiwa kwa hapa Korkor. Tupate hii kampuni ya K-SAP, ikakuja kusaidia sisi, kuchengewa sisi hii tank.
K-SAP, which stands for Kenya Climate Smart Agriculture Project, is a World Bank funded project that is increasing agricultural productivity and building resilience to climate change risks in targeted smallholder farming and pastoral communities in Kenya. As such, in Bomet County, K-SAP collaborated with the county government, earmarked and implemented a number of water projects, including this majestic water tank, and supported investments for livelihood support in 4 value chains.
Recently, when in the year 2017, when the Kenya Climate Smart Agricultural Program started, Bomet picked on 4 value chains. That is Irish potato, indigenous chicken, tissue culture bananas, and dairy.
In supporting these value chains and to further meet the water needs of most communities in this county, the K-SAP project has also made investments in other water infrastructures, including the silting of the Lelechuet water pan and excavation of the Chemoro Roach water pan.
The intervention by K-SAP putting up this water project, farmers now are able to access water in their vicinity.
The time usually taken to look for water is now being put into more productive use. Faith Mutai and other members of the Kiptuyo women group who live in the area surrounding the Lelechuet water pan are some of the beneficiaries of not just the rehabilitated water pan, but other efforts by the K-SAP project. Upon application for support to the project, the group received training and funding on climate-smart agriculture technologies in poultry production.
Ilikuwa chogoo 10, alafu ile nataka mayai 10. Sasa mimi nimefaidika na mayai na nimeweza kutenga mayai ya kuendeleza mambo ya kuku. Sasa kwa ile kuku nilikuwa nayo ya kienyeji, niliweza kuwekea hiyo mayai, ikaweza kuhatch mayai, nikaweza sasa kuongeza kuku. Na mpaka sasa, kwa saa hii tukiongea, niko na kuku 120.
By selling the chicken and eggs, Faith and other members of the group have now an alternative and steady source of income. The chicken are also a ready source of delicious white meat that is a favorite for their families. For diversification, they were also supported with 14 dairy goats, finger millet and fertilizers by the project.
Imeweza kuinua maisha ya jamii. Imeweza kuinua maisha ya wamama. Sasa kama bibi yangu hapa sasa aliweza kupata kazi nyumbani. Ako na mayai, yeye anaweza fanya kazi yake, project yake mingi. Hata huwa tunakopa yeye pesa tu kwa sababu ako na pesa pia hata yeye. Pia tuko na mbuzi. Hizo mbuzi kwa sasa tunatarajia kupata maziwa hivi karibuni. Na pia itatusaidia because kwa ile tunajua iko na nutrition mzuri na kitu mzuri sana K-SAP wametufanyia.
Speaking of milk, 2 groups in Mbomos and Mogogosiek wards have been supported in the dairy value chain to venture into animal feed production. Both groups have benefited by receiving boma roads, Lucerne and Bracharia seeds, choppers, brush cutters and manual balers. For a long time in Bomet County, maize has been the main crop and the main staple food. As one resident puts it, they have grown to know cornmeal as their go-to food in almost all meals. However, recent enough, due to challenges caused by low rainfall and diseases such as the maize lethal necrosis disease, farmers began looking for alternatives. One such alternative that requires low rainfall is slowly being embraced by the locals: the banana crop.
In 2010, 2011, maize lethal necrosis disease, which I think is part of climate change issues, invaded this county, starting from the southern part of the county, and it devastated maize farming. Farmers have tried all sorts of seeds, including the local ones, and they are actually frustrated.
It is for this reason that the banana value chain was selected as one of the value chains to be supported by the K-SAP project in this county. Various groups in the county applied for, were selected and supported in establishing their banana plantations. Members of the Chepkalwal Vision Group and 33 such other groups in the county have been supported to establish close to 170 acres of tissue culture banana plantations.
This is a transformational project of banana within our society, because if we do when we do a very fast calculation of those bunches, let's say we sell at 400 each bunch, you will see that in the next 2 months within our group we will be having over 120,000 in the next 2 months. And as the months progress, we will be having more and more, because eventually we will be having over 2,500 bananas being harvested within in the first year.
Cosmas and the rest of the group members are also active members of the Bomet Banana Cooperative Society. The cooperative, which has already been registered and is currently recruiting more members throughout the county, aims at establishing a sustainable marketing strategy for bananas.
And one thing we are looking at is the nutritional value of bananas. You know, banana is a fruit and it is also starch. So it is helping us to diversify the kind of food we are giving to our children. And another advantage is that we don't have to plant. Like for maize, we were planting, and then after 6 months we remove, we have to prepare land again to do it. But this one is a continuous thing in our farm. And we are seeing that we are going to have a very sustained provision of food for our families.
One of the biggest obstacles blocking Kenyan farmers from scaling up production of potatoes is the lack of good quality seed. Farmers, in failing to access quality seed, usually resort to replanting part of their harvest from previous seasons, and this contributes to pest and disease buildup, which eventually affects yields. In an effort to ensure potato farmers in Bomet easily access quality seeds at all times, the K-SAP project, with support from the Kenya Agriculture and Livestock Research Organization KALRO, identified and supported 3 groups within the county to become seed multipliers. The groups were trained on seed production and supported with 23 bags of Shangi variety basic seed for seed production by KALRO, as well as to use KALRO seed producer license. K-SAP then supported the groups with securing Kenya Plant Health Inspectorate Service certification and covering the soil analysis fees.
Kwa eneo letu la Bomet County tuko na vikundi vitatu peke yao ambao ni seed multipliers. Kwa eneo letu la district ama sub county ya Sotik ni sisi peke yetu. Sasa kulikuwa kuna soko kubwa ya kuhitaji ama vikundi wakihitaji mbegu kwa wingi.
I should say at first we used to eat maize alone. As you know, here in Kale, sana we used to plant a lot of maize. But when we planted the potatoes, we were so grateful because right now we cannot plant maize sana. Because we have known the secret of the potatoes. We are planting, after 3 months, we sell, we get the money and we get the food.
Thank you so much.
Implementation of the K-SAP project is well in line with Bomet County's mission to transform the livelihoods of its people through innovative, efficient and effective mechanisms. Introduction of the various technologies has ensured positive shifts in the 4 value chains being supported by the K-SAP project in this county.
We have trained more than 17,000 farmers on technologies, innovation and management practices. We have also trained seed lead farmers, and we are targeting to train 500 lead farmers. So far we have trained 317 lead farmers. So even after the end of the project, they will still train more farmers and groups.
The county government will continue to upscale in terms of budgetary provision. We are going to put more budget in the agriculture budget to focus mainly on sustaining and expanding what the K-SAP has done.
Tunashukuru tu sana K-SAP for improving our dairy farming to a modern.
We can say K-SAP came, it has lifted us, it has uplifted us, and I see it will still uplift us.
Families can now comfortably enjoy delicious and nutritious meals, can afford smiles, and can sweetly engage in pleasant family moments. With food and water assured, there is good life after all.
Yes.